live stream audio sale event Tuesday, August 2nd, 8 p.m. Come to the Obsessed Garage channel, check it out.
All right, good morning, YouTube. Not Inside the Hex, but this is a normal Inside the Hex video where I just take you around regular life every day. It's 4:15 in the morning. I'm motivated Maddie. After Helen, back to real life. Worked out for a week and then decided to go crazy, and so I'm doing crazy diet, crazy workout, and crazy get life in order. Really enjoyed the drug of completing something and going to Helen and doing phase 1 and getting the house to where it is. I want this house here in Florida to feel like that. I want my cars to feel like that. I want OGHQ to feel like that. So I've put a moratorium on buying new stuff, on ordering anything, taking on new projects, taking on new products until I get all of the pending things that I have done. And part of that is pending get my fat rear end in shape. And I've been saying this for 7 or 8 years. So hopefully, we'll see. I've said this 57 times. I've had 100 day 1s and day 2s. Let's see if I can do day 42. So let's give it a shot. But anyway, let's go to the gym and get some working out in. I'm probably overtraining, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So let's go to the gym. The M2's doing okay. I need the exhaust and I need the exhaust valves fixed and the tune done. So it's going to PSI in the next few days, probably next week. I'll be there for a little while to try to get it fixed. So let's jump in the M2 and head there. Well, the good news is that coming at 5 a.m. in the summer is way better than the winter. The winter sucks. Even in Florida, it's kind of chilly. It can be downright cold. But yeah, not a lot of people come at 5 a.m., including me usually. I can't even show my face after that beating. So I did what I just showed on the board. It's pretty easy, but then 6,000 meters. So 2,000 meters, 2-minute rest, 2,000 meters, 2-minute rest, 2,000 meters, 2-minute rest, which would be easy, but I'm so depleted. I'll explain later when I get home. I'm done. I'm gonna go home, take a shower, take a nap. So the question is this worth it? I think health is worth it. But it's 11 o'clock. I'm finally getting moving. So, and I annihilated myself this morning. And then I took a shower, went back to sleep. So, because I went to bed at 11:30, midnight, and then got up at 4:15, and then got back here at 7:15-ish. So, slept from 7:30 to 10, like a delinquent. And then I got up. The other thing I've been doing is I've been listening to Andrew Huberman, who I've heard on the Joe Rogan podcast, and talking about vitamin D and the difference between natural vitamin D from the sun and vitamin D supplementation. And so I'm doing something I've never done in my life. So I just sit out at the pool for 10 minutes. I set the timer for 10 minutes just to get a little bit of sun. And maybe I won't be such a pasty white douchebag anymore. We'll see. So what I'm doing now, I'll show you in a minute here, but we're doing the weight loss challenge at Obsessed Garage. So all the guys got together. It's a bunch of us, put some money in a pot, and I said, I'm in. It's perfect. So I'm doing a 21-day, this is stupid, by the way. You shouldn't do this. You should just find a sustainable lifestyle and stick to it. But that's not how I'm wired. So it's not how I'm wired with anything, I'm a crazy person. So I am doing standard process cleanse, which is a vegetable-based cleanse for 21 days, which is a massive caloric deficit. That's part of the reason why I'm struggling so badly in the gym. So I'm in a massive deficit and probably intaking 1,200, 1,300 calories a day, and trying to convert myself back to eat some of this fat that I have enough. It's separate. I have a whole nother human I'm walking around with that I'd like to get rid of. That I've been talking about for years, ever since you guys have been watching me. I've been talking about this happening. So hopefully, maybe this is it, maybe it isn't, whatever. I've given up on the care and about what anybody thinks. I don't know that I ever cared, but I've given up on the care that people watch me quit. I'm just gonna try, and we're not gonna try, we're gonna do. So I'm gonna make a couple of shakes. So I make, it ends up being like 3 containers, but it's two shakes. I take a bunch of pills, and they're like vegetables and ground up. And then the plan is after this, so that's for 21 days. Our challenge is for 2 months. After this, I'm hoping that I can go pretty heavy carnivore with heavy fasts, like 72-hour fasts, and then try to continue to do this double work where I'm doing the CrossFit WOD and then following with a gnarly, like today, rowing 6,000 meters, which normally would be easy, but right out of the workout, right into it, at a caloric deficit, early in the morning. It's what I have to do is grind myself into sleeping at a normal time. And so if I go to bed at 8 or 9 o'clock, then I can start making this happen. When Michelle gets back, I'll probably switch to 8:30 class and just work Obsessed Garage stuff later at night, or not, whatever. I mean, that's the hardest part for me, which I'm sure many of you can relate, especially if you own your own business. I should be able to just do whatever the heck I want. But I have an internal clock always ticking, always setting a time frame on things need to get done. That's a good thing and a bad thing. But I'm gonna make some shakes. I'll show you what it is here. So this will seem a little ridiculous, but I gotta take this once a day, this 3 times a day. So this plus 1 more of these. And I know it seems ridiculous, but it's really not that significant. So it's I'm taking a typical multivitamin. I like these Garden of Life. Same thing, Garden of Life, vitamin D. I can't take zinc. Zinc makes me super anxious and jittery. So I can't take any supplemental zinc over and above what the regular multivitamin has. And then I take this every day, which is called methylfolate. Apparently I have some genetic deficiency in production of folic acid, which can lead to angst. It hasn't fixed anything, so maybe I don't need it, but I'm taking it. So this is get this from some high quality lab, where it's super pure. It costs it's like $180 a quarter or something like that. And then, so the standard process thing, if you want this, I'll send you just email me, Matt at obsessedgarage.com. I'll email you my procedure. I modify it a little bit to make it more aggressive, but you take the first 7 days, you take 7 of these 3 times a day, SP cleanse, and then you take 3 of these 3 times a day called gastrofiber. So I'm going to load this up in my little Uline thingy and make my shakes. So I'll have it first shake at 12 or 1 o'clock. I try to hang on as long as I can. So I'm adding another caveat to this one in that I'm doing intermittent fasting on top. So I have my salad at 7 p.m. 6-7 p.m. I'm eating a stinky salad. And so the first 14 days, no meat, which I freaking hate this salad. This is about a test of wills here. And then, so you have 2 shakes, you can have 3. I'm gonna try to do 2 and stay really deficient. Just walk around miserable for a while. And so you have 2 shakes, 1 salad. The thing I modified is the timing of having dinner, and then after dinner not eat. Like right now I'm sweating because my metabolism is kicked into high gear. So the shake is going to be I'll put 2 bananas, probably a cup and a half of blueberries, cup and a half of strawberries, a bunch of ice, and then you put in this powder called SP Complete. So you put this stuff in, which is your little bit of protein. So I get this is not super healthy. This is why it's a short-term thing. I mean, there's extreme deficiency in protein. extreme caloric deficiency. So yeah, I'm gonna make that and head over to the garage. So that's what it looks like. Put a little cranberries, blueberry, strawberries, 2 bananas, 4 scoops of the sauce, a little bit of vanilla, and we're good to go. So this Vitamix thing is pretty legit. You know, I think Vitamix was more of a, maybe, I don't know the roots of Vitamix, but I always viewed it as sort of an as seen on TV thing, but these things are like legit professional grade. Maybe they always were, but I feel like maybe that's a newer thing in the last 10 years. But I bought lots of these different blenders over the years, and this one I've had for probably 3 or 4, and it works fantastically. So I talked about these yesterday inside the hacks, but the house is starting to come together. I painted, you can't really see it because of the windows, but I painted this area, painted that area, hung this light, and of course the TV will move up and down depending on what we're doing. Most of the time it stays down, but it can go up out of the way. But I'm making some progress in the house. I'll show you tonight. We'll get into the outdoor kitchen. So I got outdoor furniture from Summer Classics, outdoor kitchen moving along. That's good. So all the stuff is here. So now I have to bolt it together, bolt it to the wall. The good news is it can be super modular and really easy to do. The other thing I did, I've started finishing patching the walls. I'm going to caulk and tape the baseboards. I'll probably do that this weekend. And I got the home theater ready to go. All I have to do is run the wiring for the rears. But I made a revamp of the home theater to all NAD. I love this stuff so much. So the M17, which I had, and then that is a CI custom install 8-channel, 150 watt per channel, Class D amp. I think it's a hybrid digital amp. And then I just got my M23, which I ordered 6 months ago or so. So that's the new 2 channels. That's the one in the middle. The one on the top is the M22 2-channel that I had before. And so the way I have it set up is I have the top one bridged down to a single channel. So it's now a monoblock that is powering the center channel. And then the new giant, the M23 is a powerhouse. That's powering the 2 left and right Contour 60s. And of course I have the 2 sub 6s. And then what I'll be doing is doing rear speakers in between the acoustic treatments. And then I have to do the other one. Unfortunately I have to do it up higher because of the way the doorway's open. So I have to do that there. So we'll do the left and rights there, and then Atmos will go up on the ceiling and in the little tray on the back there. And so the Atmos stuff will be powered by the CI. And I got rid of the Blu-ray player. I'm just simply using an Apple TV 4K. And then the other change, Dane kind of helped me with this when I did the house in Helen. Recognizing CEC control, consumer electronics control. So now I have from the TV, so it's the 83-inch Sony OLED, which I would highly recommend stay LG. Sony might have better processor, but its operating system's annoying. So I ran 4 meter 8K capable HDMI from Metra from the Apple TV to the TV instead of using the switching in the M17. I just find it problematic now to use the switching in the receiver now that we have eARC, e-audio return channel. So I can send lossless audio. So instead of switching video, which is the problematic part, I'd rather send audio. And so I'm sending audio and video from the Apple TV 4K to the Sony TV, and then from the eARC channel out into the output, which is simultaneously the ARC input on the M17, and I get lossless, full, high res, whatever, Atmos, whatever signal I need. And then I don't have any issues with the TV trying to sync with the receivers, video switching, and all that nonsense. So I can run content matching. I can run Dolby Vision 4K, and I can run, what's it called? So you run direct content and you run the other setting. I'll go over this when we do the home theater and show you how to set that up on the Apple TV. You turn both of the video settings on, so that way you get native. You don't want the Apple TV doing the processing. You want native. If it's 4K SDR, 4K HDR, 1080, you want that signal going direct to the TV. You don't want the Apple TV doing any adjustment. Because the other thing that it does is when you don't turn contact matching on,
you end up with, like everything, it tries to send everything in 4K Dolby Vision, or most of it, and makes it look weird. So this system will be done here in the next few weeks when Mike and I just have to run a bunch of CI in-wall speaker wire, 12 gauge speaker wire up to the rears, and then my home theater will be set up. I'll do direct tuning. We'll do a whole video series on it, or I always say video series, but a video on it. I also ditched the Logitech Harmony. Now all I'm using, which I'm trying to get used to, I'm just using the Apple TV remote. So I press on, it turns everything on. I turn it off, everything turns off. I only have one input. So everything that I'm watching is, even though the quality isn't as good, is streaming. I also did hard network. I did a little Ubiquity, little multi-port switch on the back here. So that way the CI amp, the M17, the wireless router, which is the second router I have in the house, the TP-Link Deco, and the Apple TV now all have a direct Ethernet connection, so they're all wired. Speaking of audio, that system's, I don't know, 75 grand. I don't know, I'll have to add it up for you. This is a 77 LG OLED. This is a C1, so it's a generation behind, but great TV on a mantle mount. But this is the game changer. This sucker here, the Sennheiser Ambio. This is $2,500. Rumor has it they're going to be launching a $1,000 or like a one that's half the price or less, not quite as heavy and bulky. This thing without a subwoofer and its room calibration software is incredible. I think a lot of people should do this in your garage. That way you don't have to run wires or anything. Just put it right below your TV, and you can, or just run this alone in your garage. So we're gonna do some testing on this. I need to order some of these, but I'm now a dealer for it. The other thing that's coming is a wireless subwoofer, supposedly, which would be incredible. I couldn't imagine how good this thing is with a subwoofer. So this in rooms where you can't do rears, like this room I have, I don't want to do the work to run the wires, is amazing. All right, so the cars are coming together. Part of my mission, number one mission, is to get them put together and working. And so the M2 needs to go to PSI. I'm second guessing doing the tune. Maybe I'll do a piggyback. I don't know. The tune is unreversible. So maybe I'll just do the piggyback like I was talking about and then let the next person do the tune. But I need the exhaust. So I'm waiting on that. I'm testing out signature leather scent for the garage. So that one I'm testing to see how it does. And then the E92, all I have to do is finish the suspension, get the alignment done. I'm going to swap the seat. So I did one of the seats to the AMX Performance. I'm going to sell the fancy seats, sell the M Performance seats, because look how good that looks. The M Performance, this just doesn't match. This matches perfectly, and then the big benefit for me is that this is about 2 inches lower, so the driver's seat position will make the car feel perfect, because it does sit a little tall. And yeah, so we're doing good. This weekend I cut all the Swiss tracks here, because we had actually cut the Swiss tracks up to the cabinets, because I had the cabinets already installed, and so I had to put the Swiss tracks here so the list of stuff will go on top. Once Mike finishes the door, he's going to come over here and start working on painting, as well as moving the pressure washer into here, the Krenzel system. So we'll make that transition, make that swap here in the probably next week, hoping he gets the doorway done at HQ. That's the hope. And then I have a bunch of Lutron stuff here to make the transition in this house to Lutron Raw 2 Select. So we're going to do a lighting control system. I mainly just want the switches, but we have some occupancy sensors and stuff for the kids' closets they always leave on, and so I'm gonna get that all set up. All right, it's 1:30. I've been doing meetings with all the people that booked the house. By the way, if you want to book the house, you have a few days to go. You have a few days to go before we run out of time to book it. The $5,000 offer that we're doing. So I'm sitting here in traffic trying not to have a panic attack. Anyway,
good to go. Okay. So anyway, the conversations I've been having with everybody have been so much fun. You know, just to get to know other, you know, people that are following, that are going to support, talk to them about the house and the project and all the work that we did. So I've been having, you know, we have like 25 weeks or so, something like that booked, and so I've been having 2 or 3 calls a day, end up being like 45 minutes every time, just getting to know the people that are going to come use the house. I don't think I really need to vet anybody yet. You can just look them in the eyes and tell, you know, these are early adopters, people that have been watching my videos for years and have been involved in supporting the Obsessed Garage business, and so I don't have to worry about it too much. In fact, I don't have to worry about it at all. So really, it's more formality just to kind of cue them in where we're at and what I think I'm going to be doing next, and you know, just getting to know them and giving them, you know, my contact information so they have it. So I was about to leave the house, get in the car, and realized I had a 12 o'clock and a 1 o'clock. And so now I'm finally getting the garage at freaking 1:30 today. Yeah, and I still haven't eaten my first meal. So the fast is strong right now. So I'm ready to eat. Well, drink.
All right, so we're setting up here. We're gonna do an ego test. And it's kind of hard to tell. The 765 looks different, but the others, the 3 middle ones, are all pretty much the same. We're gonna do a ego test video. I'm gonna clean up a little bit here. And I brought some moving blankets so we can pack the Vaders up, which are now out of the E36. The Vaders are gonna go over to storage. We'll wrap them up like this. I had to tear apart the wrapping and take apart the base of the seat to get the electrical components off of the stock seat, because again, I'm making this transition from the M Performance to the AMX replica. I'm going to sell these puppies. But check these out. So the interior is complete, with the exception of, we decided we're going to do a new head unit. This Porsche Classic head unit just has weak output, so I'm going to have to rethink it. We're going to get the Sony RSX GS9, which is the one I had in the Civic. But look at the so these are Recaro speeds, which gives me, you know, about 3 inches lower, which just, they look stock, but they fit. They're shorter, you know, not as tall. The only problem is the bolsters are tight on me, so I'm going to have to just break the seats in, I guess. So E36 is coming together. I'm going to maybe put the thing up on the lift and start to take the suspension apart today. I think I might do that after we do our ego video. The other thing I've been working on is the SVS subwoofers. So I've been working on demoing, testing, figuring out how the subwoofers are going to fit into our various packages, what subwoofer works best with what speaker. And so we got through the 2000 or 1000, 2000, 3000 series. And so I just want this place to get put together. I'm just tired of just this little nicky-nack stuff that's all over the place that's driving me crazy. So I want to avoid that, remove all that stuff out of here. But you know, that's the hope. But the thing that we're putting together here is we're going to be doing a really cool series of 3 different audio sales events, where I'm actually demoing speakers live on YouTube at different times. August 2nd is the first at 8 p.m. And we're going to talk about studio monitor setups first. And so I'm going to be, you know, have the speakers out. I'm going to open them up. I'm going to test them, show you how it all goes together. And then we'll sell off that demo set at a, you know, significant discount. And then we'll have people sort of on standby to take your orders. We'll have some sort of discounting depending on, you know, what our inventory levels are on product. I think it's gonna be really cool. So we're gonna test that out, and we may start doing that with other products like polishing package or Milwaukee tools, or just other things where we do live sales events. You know, I think we're headed for a pretty significant recession. So I think with that recession, I think we're gonna have to work for sales a little bit more than we have in the past. So rather than me just putting a video up and hoping things sell, I need to reinvigorate different products.
And so we're going to start to build that model out of live stream demo events for the channel. Plus, with audio's taking up a lot of space. I have a lot of excess inventory, and so we're going to dig into the warehouse here. I'll show you that after we work on these eco blowers. But I need to revamp the ABC stock of the warehouse, so we're gonna have a few events to kind of lighten up our load of how much stuff I have in inventory from a cash flow perspective, but also from just a space perspective, make it a little easier on the warehouse people to bring everything over from storage. We've already counted everything, and just get things organized. And so we'll sell off some of the big, heavy, bulky stuff and just stock a more appropriate amount of it. Like I have like 20 pairs of LID 5s. We probably need 4 or 5 pairs, and then we can just replenish from Dyne Audio stock regularly. So we're going to have that audio event for various reasons, but one of them would be to kind of lighten the load a little bit of cash and inventory that's on the shelves.
So our testing data confirms my placebo shopping information, in my personal use case, in that the 580 tests very similarly to the 765. It's $50 less. It's a little bit lighter, a little bit smaller footprint. It's sort of a win. The 650 has the best specs, but it has the most annoying shrill sound. And the 615 is the least amount of money, but it has the, I guess, some of the lower spec numbers just doesn't make sense to me. The 615 just doesn't feel right on how it disperses air.
I'd probably pick the 615 over the 530 though.
Oh yeah, you would pick the 615 over. The 530 doesn't do well with the stubby. What you got, Mike? What are you doing?
We're gonna put the shelving in over top.
Like it was all
Nice.
electrical already?
Yeah, it's got all electrical.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Nice.
Yeah, so
I don't think you're dirty enough.
I was reaching my hand inside. It'll clean up.
Borrowed the day.
What, for what?
Rebuilding
Oh
the
yeah.
whole place, yeah.
Nice. All hands on deck.
Tomorrow.
Hold on.
Okay. I'm ready. Make sure
So what's our plan to do about changing our shelf sizes? Are we gonna tackle that separately? Do we know how we're gonna do
I
it?
think we'll do it. Because we're completely, reorganizing them, so we have to tear them down anyway. So tomorrow
Yeah.
will be the day that we do it. So we have an idea of what's going where. So we'll just grab some of the stock, put it on the shelf, and see.
Got it.
Did I hit your head?
No, you didn't.
So then, well, the reason why I want to do an audio event is I'm flush in audio. Our actives come and go quickly,
That's
but
why
we
we're
have
20 at a time, too.
yeah. So Zeos are discontinued by Dyne Audio.
Oh, they just.
Yeah, so I'll sell those off, and then we're gonna build all kinds of systems and have a major audio event. It's gonna be great. So, just the size and weight of all of this. If we kind of clean this up when we move, and then I restock after we reposition everything, it's gonna be super helpful. And then I'd love to sell some stuff. We got a lot of LIDs and a lot of amazing stuff that I want to teach people about. So make sure to tune in. It's shoot, I forget the exact dates. It's the August 2nd at 8 p.m. It'll be a banner image on the website, but August 2nd at 8 p.m. is the first cleanse. I can start wearing these green shirts again.
No, you can't have these till the giveaway. They're giveaways.
Is this different than the one we have?
Yeah, you're not getting one till the giveaway.
It is? I thought we had this.
No, this is Kelly Lime Green. This is
Ah,
going
it
to be
does look different.
limited edition. And we have a baby blue one coming. Lake color blue.
Ooh, yeah.
Called Lake Blue. Yeah.
Nice.
But we're getting them ready for the giveaway and they'll be limited.
Yeah. By the giveaway, I'm going to be super svelte. I'm wearing some extra. I'm going to go down to a large. That's the goal. So this whole warehouse is about to get revamped. And our positioning, like this table's coming out, and and just pick things in a more strategic fashion. This is our next evolution, and then the evolution beyond this will likely be a bigger warehouse. So I was planning on doing the seats, but I'm freaking spent, man. All I did was a single video today. Did a couple of calls. And I'm gonna go lay on the couch. Maybe start doing some painting or some caulking tonight. We'll see. So look how great the house looks now. Just coming together. I'm starting to catch the inspiration here of like, I'm gonna swap this and get a different fridge and, you know, change the appliances once I recover from, you know, from the initial shock of you know, financially of the investment in Helen. So sometime maybe later this year, I'd like to start digging into the kitchen, you know, doing some more, you know, some higher quality appliances which I enjoy using, and then getting the paint finished up here. This house is coming together, but you see, like, I've got to fix this kind of stuff here that I'd planned on hiring painters, and I just thought to do it myself. And so, like, I painted this wall, but, you know, I have to go and finish I knew I was going to have to touch up the baseboards. So I've got to go and just touch up my taping area, and then, you know, go and finish touching up the walls and ceiling and stuff like that. But, yeah, the house is looking better. You know, the lighting change, the switching of the light switches. It's not that far away from being a really nice house. I talked about, I don't know if I talked about it earlier on this, but on the Inside the Hex about, you know, buying fancy air conditioners to save a few $100 a month. You know, the cooling is okay in here, it's working. So I just have a few dozen things to do. We get the garage dialed in, get the house dialed in inside here with some better appliances and better hood. Maybe make some modifications in order to make that happen. And we're doing pretty well. I mean, I'd really like to figure out how to do an ice maker in here somewhere, somehow. Just don't know that I can get it done because you need a drain for it. What I may be able to do is pull out this cabinet here. I'm not sure. Not sure if I can get that done. I'll have to check the dimensions. Maybe this one here could come out and we could go run behind the garbage can into the drain. So I think we're going to be here for a little while. The outdoor kitchen is really awesome, or it's going to be awesome. I've been doing the discovery process on grills. I planned on getting a Heston, but it doesn't appear that they're ever going to let me offer them. And so my second choice was Alfresco, and I think I'm starting to like the idea of the Alfresco better. And I did order an oversized cabinet, so I plan on doing a 42-inch, but maybe I'll do the full 56-inch monster and do that out here. But imagine I'm going to put a TV out here on the wall, on that wall there. I'm going to, you know, have to do a hood right there. Upper cabinets would work here, but I don't keep that much stuff outside, you know. So we have a few lowers. I mean, everything that I need would fit in this one cabinet. And the kitchen's 10 feet away, so we'll just walk over to there. But the Summer Classics furniture is awesome. I've actually talked to some people at Summer Classics about the possibility of being able to sort of curate and build an Obsessed Garage recommended line. We'll have Summer Classics here and at other houses we do, and it's just this stuff is really hard to buy. It's hard to figure out what to get, and so I think I can provide some value there. Michelle pulled the chairs in, but these chairs go out there. She pulled them in because she's gone to Ryan's tournament in Vegas, and then those chairs have the cushions here. She just didn't want to leave them out for a week while it's raining. But the pool's coming together. We got to get the heat pump put in so that we can heat the pool all year round efficiently instead of just with propane. The big ass fans look great. The DMF lighting's awesome out here. So I'm going to do some Blue Sound, Blue OS stuff. So I'm going to do some really cool audio out here once I get, again, not buying anything right now until I get all this stuff done. You know, there's panels for this. This has to be leveled and fixed the wall. And we're going to be in really great shape. This is going to be really nice. So the grass has taken, and the landscaping looks fantastic. You know, this is a very mediocre house. It's turning into a pretty nice place. I mean, it's just not very well built, and so it's taken a lot of work to get it to where it's at. But we're gonna finish this project here in the next 6 months or so of me kind of putting things together. Painting it was a real huge improvement. Putting the driveway in made it so much more practical. I think about maybe putting, I don't know, I'm gonna kind of keep this under control because I do plan on building a house someday. I own the lot down the street. The shed's back there. But look at the grass. That grass looks great. The whole property is cleaned up the weeds and stuff along the walls, and there was some old construction stuff. There was some trees here, and the whole thing was just kind of wonky. The front yard's coming back, so it's green. It's starting to grow a bit. I mean, it was flat as a board when Alan came, lawn care nut, and so we that fertilization there has really helped make it greener, and then combining that with some spraying of weeds and stuff. So Michelle's gotten the Heron people to get a lot of the weeds out of it. But you see, the yard looks good. It doesn't look like this because this is all new sod, but it's coming back. But just look at the neighborhood. I mean, it's starting to grow on me. If we can get they're building some houses back here, so if we can get a few more homes in here, we can get the HOA, not really an HOA, but get the gate operating the way I'd like. The gate doesn't really work very well. I could be here for a little while. I like this house. The garage is nice. I got OGHQ right down the street. I like the paint. Look how good that iron ore and alabaster is a really awesome combination, and the way that we did it with the 3-color setup is way better. So I think I just think it's turned out so nice. So home theater will be coming together here, finishing that up. We'll be doing I have to run the wires to the rears. We'll be doing the garage here in the next several months, over the next several months. I'm waiting for the list of cabinets. I actually got white list of cabinets. Are going to be amazing. Well, I think that we'll find out. I'm falling on the sword for everybody. And then, maybe we'll build some sort of pole barn or something, kind of like before, and build a little wash bay. We got plenty of room to do it. I'm not sure. Probably not, though. By the time I get this done and I get HQ operational, and I'll probably, depending on how we do through this, through this patch of the business as we grow or not grow, will just sort of dictate how I do from a house perspective, how Helen does. But for now, I feel really good about this. I like this place. Harbor Hills I liked until I didn't. This one, I think, but who knows? I think I'm gonna like it, continue to like it. So time to go make a stinky salad, and then I think I'll probably just go to bed.